Hey, I'm Aiden, and I'm going to show you the only Rocket League training strategy that actually works.
Possible being shut out, and a miss there. Gimmick is going to clean that up. Cloud9 secure this game.
The spectacle of pro gaming. Esports has grown phenomenally in the past few years. Games which are accessible to so many people. Yet when it comes to series like RLCS, only 60 players of Rocket League's 500,000 player base get to play on the biggest stage. It's something that seems so close, yet so far. How do they do it? How do they become that good? Well, that's what I'm going to tell you. Alright, I know what you're thinking, who's this guy and why is he shitting on literally every single Rocket League tips and training videos? Let me get it straight. I'm not shitting on them, I've watched tons of videos and I've enjoyed them and I've used them and they've made me better. It's just a question of how much better and how quickly. Now if you're anything like me, you watch RLCS, YouTubers or streams of players who are insane and you ask yourself, how do I get to that level? How can I break through my skill ceiling? And Rocket League advice and training can't be a one-size-fits-all solution. Every player is different with varied strengths and weaknesses. The real difficulty is knowing what these are. So I'm going to show you how I trained to climb from Platinum to Champion 2 in a month and how you can apply this exact routine to yourself, and I can guarantee you that it will work. Okay, so what is this secret sauce? What is this magical training routine? It started almost 10 years ago when I was a top player in the Counter-Strike scene. Yeah, I know, a little weird flex, but okay. No, but I did. I played in a team with a coach and we had a specific routine that skyrocketed all of our playing abilities. And I know what you're thinking. Why do you care about what I did in Counter-Strike? How is that relevant? This training strategy is applicable to literally every single video game and even real life things. The amount of time you put into it, whether it's 2 hours a day or 10, is all up to how quickly you want to improve. But no matter how much time you sink in, you'll get better. Most videos tell you to do specific drills every day. And yes, you can do that, but it's not necessarily the best route for you to take. In fact, it's definitely not the best route for you to take. If I watched a video and they told me to spend 2 hours practicing dribbling, which is actually my strongest skill in Rocket League by far, the percentage I'd improve would be much less than something I either don't know how to do or don't do very well, because I'd just be refining something that I'm already pretty good at. It's about making yourself a more well-rounded player. Look at freestylers, for example. They have great air dribbles, flicks and shots. Their mechanics are insane, but more often than not, their positioning and rotation is more useless than a chocolate teapot. So let's jump into exactly what you're going to need to do every single day you play Rocket League. And I've actually come up with a really good acronym for the 7 steps in this training plan. ATPATPER. ATPATPER. Okay, I admit it could use some work, but it stands for Analyze, Train, Play, Analyze, Train, Play, Review. Before you start your Rocket League day, make sure you have a good night's sleep, you eat healthily, and you do some kind of exercise. Staying up late all night practicing, eating junk food and downing energy drinks are not going to help you at all. The guy who has the healthier lifestyle will be better, and I can guarantee that. More oxygen to the brain and better blood flow, all that sciencey stuff. Now just one more thing, and it's unrelated, but I'm really glad so many of you who watch my videos really enjoy them, but I noticed 70% of you haven't subscribed yet. Now if you like my content, then please help me out by subscribing. It really does mean a lot to me. So without further ado, we'll jump straight in. So step 1, analyze. You're going to open up one of your recent replays. If you're more of a 3s player, then watch a 3v3 replay. For 1s or 1s. You get the idea. Now you can do this alone or with your team. What you need to do now is watch this replay, and every single time you made a mistake or you conceded a goal or the opponent got past you or you missed a shot, I want you to pause it there and understand what exactly went wrong. Are your shots hitting the crossbar and turning over possession? Are you failing all of your backball clears? This is the most important part of the training regime. Before you can say, I'm going to open Rocket League and load whatever workshop map and start training, you need to know why you're doing it. So let's look at it from my perspective. I just started a Rocket League team to play in the Indie Gaming League. So keep a lookout on my channel as I'll be posting exclusive content on our training sessions, scrims and game days. Whether we're alone or together with our coach, I will watch a couple of replays, and in this case, I noticed that throughout the entire game, I only used the wall one time to play the ball. That's extremely poor, because every time the ball is in the air, the walls and backboards are going to get me there much quicker. So clearly I need some more practice when it comes to jumping off the walls, because I guess I'm just not very confident with it. So this comes to the next step. Step 2. Training. Your training needs to directly benefit one of your weaknesses. In my case, it was jumping off walls and backboards. So I found a few training packs, and I'll put the codes in the description. Depending on how much time I have on a particular day, I'll spend anywhere from 20 minutes to 1.5 hours training. Don't overdo the training. A lot of people might tell you to spend the whole day training and play the next day. That's just not going to fly. Once you've trained for 20 minutes to 1.5 hours, you're going to want to jump into some games. Step 3. Play, but with a specific focus. You're going to play some games, but all you want to do is focus on that one thing you have been practicing. Force it as much as humanly possible. If you are training shots from a specific angle, force that angle as much as possible. The step is definitely the toughest step, because you need to be doing it in ranked, as you need opponents that are playing seriously and full sweating the game. What makes it difficult is that you're going to lose. Because you're focusing so much on one thing, don't let that discourage you. Whatever rank you have now, you have it because you were good enough to get there. You'll get it back even faster than before because you're improving yourself and even eclipse it. Play anywhere from 5 to 15 games. Don't overdo it, because you will get fatigued and you'll feel like you're not getting anywhere as you'll start to lose focus and become more and more inconsistent. This is a good time to go get some lunch, have a snack, take a break, go for a walk, or whatever floats your boat. Step 4. Analyze. When you come back from your break, the first thing you'll want to do is watch a replay of what you were just doing, and again, focus on that one skill you were practicing. If it was defensive rotations, pay very close attention to those rotations. In my case, again, it was jumping off walls. Have they improved? Is there something still not quite right? If it's perfect, which it probably won't be, then you can skip the next step, but most of you probably shouldn't. Step 5. Train again. This time when you train, I want you to look up the skill you were practicing on either YouTube, Google, or Reddit, or even ask a friend for advice on how they do it. Think about what you find difficult about it, and perhaps they have some specific tips on what held them back when they first started to learn how to do it. After that, go into free play or your training pack and spend another 15 to 30 minutes practicing. Don't overdo it, just work on those small errors. Now, we can have some fun. Step 6. Play, but for real this time. Now is the time for you to go into the game and play 100%. Go in each game to win and just do what's natural. No need to force that specific play. Play as many or as little games as you like. This part is really for you to enjoy the game, and after having practiced one of your weak points, you'll very naturally be playing better than before. When you start to feel like you've done for the day, you're likely mentally tired, and training or playing more games is probably a bad idea. Take another break before doing the final step. Step 7. Review. Make notes of what you were doing good and what you were doing bad. Ask yourself if you've improved or not. Don't spend too much time here, just reflect on what you achieved that day. After this, when you eventually go to bed, you're going to sleep on it, and the next day, whatever you practiced is going to be even more ingrained in your mind, and of course, you'll repeat at Plat again. This really is the only training strategy that will work. If you decide one day that Rocket League isn't the game for you, then the time you spent watching this video won't be wasted, as you can use this strategy with any game and anything in life. I'm Aidan, and it's been a lot of fun making this video. If you enjoyed this video, then please help me out by subscribing, liking, give me a thumbs up, or whatever you call it these days, and a comment down below. Peace. I don't know.